started writing stories as a little girl, and I wrote them through early school and through high school, and I stopped writing in college for a long time. I went through such a period of learning and absorbing knowledge that I didn't write until I was a graduate student. Writing was always the thing I went back to. You know, I tried other things, but writing was where I went home. If you decide to be a writer, you have technically no future except turning brand new paper into used paper until somebody decides to publish you. But I felt I needed to do it, and I've never regretted it. I think what he gave me that was so valuable was that he took the work seriously. He would write me long letters in response to my books, discussing in detail what the moral choices of the characters and how they had responded, say, to the gift of immortality, or because all these creatures I write about, except the witches, all of these creatures are immortal. You know, the vampires are immortal, the werewolves are immortal. Once they get the gift, the wolf gift, they don't change. They don't age. They're not susceptible to illness. Well, he would write. My father would write long responses to all this. And I love the fact that he took the books seriously, morally and philosophically, and stylistically. He paid attention to the style. And, you know, that's something that has always been dear to my heart. But when you experience popular success, for which I'm very grateful, people don't always notice the style. You know, they don't necessarily notice it. Some people read your books only for story and for shock value, or, you know, but my father really appreciated all the little things I described. For me, the style is absolutely essential to the work. You know, it really is. The work lives and breathes in the style. So if I can't get the voice of a novel, if I can't write in the style that I want, I feel like a failure. The story matters, but not as much, I don't think, as the style. The style is the heart of the book, the circulatory system. Oh, and my typical day is very ordinary. I get up about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I have a small breakfast and then go to work. And if I'm trying to get into a novel, I may not get into it till afternoon. I may spend the morning answering emails, doing some reading, going on Facebook, something like that. And then in the afternoon, I get into it. I need to warm up as a person. But once a book is really rolling, I will write in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the early evening. I live a very secluded life and a very regimented life because I eat exactly at the same time every day, and I eat pretty much the same thing. So everything is arranged to make it convenient to be in that little office and to be writing. And people are very good about not interrupting me or not disturbing me in any way. And it's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable existence. There's no impediment to getting the work done. There really isn't. But I have no social life. I don't have a social calendar. It's just not there, you know, because I want writing to come first and the reading. And I need the freedom to just relax and focus on my work. So I often, after I'm finished a book, then I go and see my friends, and we all go out to dinner and we, you know, celebrate. I have to be at my computer in my office. I have to be in my chair with my special keyboard because I type very fast. And when I'm going and going, I'm seeing it happening like a movie. And I can't do that on a little laptop. I can't do that by hand in a diary. I have to be at the keyboard. So that's first and foremost. And then I keep coffee right here, right by me, so that I don't have to get up to get it. And I keep pouring it in a little demitasse cup so that it stays hot. And I drink it like that the whole time I'm writing. And that's about the ritual. And of course, everything today is done digitally. It's done on the screen. I don't even print out the drafts anymore. You know, I do it all on my computer, and then I email it to myself over and over again. That's my way of backing it up. It depends on the book. It depends. The best books for me are written rapidly, in 2 months' time or less. If it goes longer than that, if a book drags on month after month, then it starts to have real problems. The tone becomes uneven. you know, I have to go back and revisit the beginning over and over again. So what I like to do is research and prepare, and then strike. You know, just get into the novel and get it done within maybe 6 weeks. And that's long days, like days from 9 in the morning to 9 at night. You know, and when I finish those days, I'm aching all over. But it's a wonderful ache. French literature has had a huge influence on me. Not that I have read so much of it. It's principally two writers, Stendhal and Flaubert. You know, Flaubert's Madame Bovary became like a Bible to me. I carried it around and studied every single line of it, marveling at the things Flaubert did in that novel and what he achieved through naturalism, through the description of all those details. And very influenced by French films, too. You know, the films of Truffaut. European film in general, you know, Spanish director Buñuel was a big influence on me, and of course Fellini and Antonioni, the Italian directors. But I'm sometimes more influenced by film than by books. And I immediately found it very satisfying. I really had always loved seeing my readers at signings and hearing what they had to say about the books. And Facebook gave me a great opportunity to just go on and talk with them. And I'd love now to go on and just ask them questions. You know, I'll go on and say, what do you think is the most disturbing thing about supernatural fiction? Or what disappoints you the most about it? And I'll get 1,000 answers in a couple of hours. And they'll be long, fascinating, thoughtful responses. And I find that wonderful. I enjoy discussing everything with them, and they post their questions every day, and I answer their questions as best I can. It's really replaced email to a large extent. I get very few emails anymore. I think you learn a lot just by hearing what people emphasize when they talk to you. When they come up to you and they tell you how much they loved a particular character or a particular part of the book, you learn a lot from that, by what they mention and what they don't mention, you know. And of course, every now and then somebody comes on the page and says, I think you're a bad writer, I think you should stop, I think you should go away, you're a horrible, arrogant woman, I despise you, you know. But this is the nature of the internet. Say thank you for sharing.